Ahoy, bitches and bros and non-binarios. Happy New Year. Welcome to the new year. It's 2023. I hope you guys have a great year. I hope you have a prosperous and successful year. You get all the money, all the women, or all the men you like. Have a wonderful year. But yeah, today, guys, I thought we'd do something fun today. For the first time in a couple of years, I saw a lot of movies. Beforehand, I really just saw the movies I was interested in, so let's say, I don't know, I'm trying to think off the top of my head on my movies list here. I would only see like Now You See Me or something like that, just a random ass movie. All right, but this year kind of reinvigorated my love for movies and film, so I saw quite a bit. I even went out of my way to see more art house movies, and I'm starting to like really appreciate them, like A24 movies, which some of them are on this list. And I decided to do a top 10 movies of 2022 since I saw quite a few, and I would like to share some of these films I saw with you guys, and hopefully you'll go out of your way to check them out. A lot of them are on streaming services, or you can buy them or rent them. Some of them I saw in theaters. But yeah, guys, let's get into the top 10 movies of 2022. Remember, this is my list. This is just my opinion. You can have a different opinion. In fact, I welcome it. Share your top 10 or top 5 or whatever movies you've enjoyed in 2022. Or it doesn't even have to come out this year. By the way, these are just movies that came out this year, not as I saw this year, because that would be a whole nother list. But yeah, just let me know in the comments down below. So yeah, let's get into it. Before we start, I do have some honorable mentions that I'd like to get into that didn't quite make the cut, but I do think they should be mentioned. And by the way, I didn't see every movie that came out this year. There's quite a few I missed, like I didn't see Avatar, the new one, because I'm gonna be completely honest, I wasn't that interested. I saw the first one years ago and I didn't care for it, so I just wasn't interested. Maybe I'll change my mind someday, I don't know. But yeah, let's get into it. There are some honorable mentions here, and the first one being is Prey. Finally, the Predator franchise has a good movie, and it's a really good one. Prey is a really fun prequel to the original Predator. I really, really enjoyed this. I'm a big fan of Predator. Predator is so fucking cool and badass. So it made me happy. I dropped a skull. It made me immensely happy we finally have another good one. Next up is Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. This was very close to being number 10 for me. I really, really enjoyed this. I thought this was really fun. Wanda was a great villain. I enjoyed the cameos, even though they were really short. But this was a fun, really wacky, crazy movie. I really enjoyed this, and I'm very excited that Marvel is going in this, like, really crazy cosmic multiverse direction, because it's really fun. We got to see some pretty cool universes in this. But yeah, Doctor Strange was another great Marvel movie for me. And the last one, which was very, very close to making the list, but there's just so many movies I enjoyed more than this one, but that's Elvis. If Austin Butler does not get the best actor for this, I will be so pissed off for him, because I'm going to be real, he basically carries this movie. Without this performance, this movie would just be mid at best, and to be honest, it may even be mid, but Austin Butler really elevates this movie beyond what it is. I freaking loved his performance. He made me an Elvis fan for a week. I couldn't stop listening to his music. But yeah, please give this man the best actor, because this man is Elvis. There are times when, like, I really thought it was like Elvis singing, but it was actually just him. Like, I know Hound Dog is the one he sang, and it sounds remotely similar. It's wild. But yeah, Austin Butler was awesome, and this movie was pretty good. But Austin Butler elevates it to another level. And here we are at number 10. Number 10, we're starting off real raw with a horror movie. The first of a couple we got on this list. It was a great year for horror movies. Number 10 is X. I did not see Pearl, but I've heard it's better. But don't scream at me, but you gotta admit, X is pretty damn good. X is probably the funniest horror movie we've gotten this year, and we've gotten of some time. I've laughed more at this movie than a lot of comedies recently. This movie is fucking hilarious. Basically, this movie follows a group of porn actors and creators. They go out to this farm where it's hosted, where it's owned by these two crazy old people, and they film a porn here. And as the day and night goes on, it just becomes really unusual. No spoilers, obviously, but it becomes really an unusual night. This movie is just a blast to enjoy. It's so funny. I wouldn't necessarily say it's scary. It's more trying to like weird you out type of scary. Like you're just watching it like, you know, kind of like that. Like you watch something just really that gives you like the heebie-jeebies, you know, like, oh, this is weird. You know, that's the feeling I got, and it delivers it really well. Slight spoilers, but I never thought I'd see old people fucking in a movie ever. So that was quite the experience. But Mia Goth and Jenna Ortega are excellent in this movie. I think they're the best. Mia Goth plays two characters. She plays the main porn actress, and she's very good at that, but she shines as the old lady, Pearl, and she really shines. I didn't even know it was her until it said in the credits. Like, that is incredible range. And Jenna Ortega, I know everybody's got a big crush on her right now, and she is great in this movie. She's just like the quiet girl from the beginning, but then once she starts to hang around them more, she starts to open up a little bit, and it leads to a very funny scene. And she's very, very good in this movie. She is awesome. I'm glad she's embracing the horror genre, because she is great in it. And also, one last thing, some of the kills are just flat out hilarious. Like, okay, just look at this shit. I laugh every time I see that. X is a great horror movie, and it is hilarious. At number 9 is a sleeper hit I feel like everybody forgot about. It's another horror movie. It's Fresh. I think it's best to go into this movie without knowing anything, despite this was hyped up on social media for like a month. But the basic premise is this woman meets a guy, and this guy is the perfect man. He's Prince Charming, he is nice, he is lovely, he is sexy, he is the best man she's ever had. And they go on wonderful dates for like 30 minutes. 30 minutes is basically nothing but a romance movie. And then it takes a gigantic turn when she goes to his house. That's all I'm going to say. And it's fucking wild and well executed. The acting by Sebastian Stan, and I'm sorry, but I don't remember this girl's name, but she is awesome as well. It's basically carried by these two. I loved Fresh. It was a wild blast, and it has one of the wildest endings I've ever seen. Fresh, it's on Hulu. If you have not seen it, go watch it. Number 8 is probably my girlfriend's favorite movie, and I don't know why people say this is a bad movie. I really enjoy this. But again, this is my list, suckers. Number 8 is Don't Worry, Darling. I love this movie. I really think the drama just overshadowed it. People were like, oh, it's gonna suck because of the drama, which, I'm gonna be real, wasn't even that big of a deal, but whatever. I really enjoyed this movie. The premise is, there's a man and a woman, Florence Pugh and Harry Styles, live in this very 50s style neighborhood, and not everything is as it seems. There's some weird shit going on, and they uncover something pretty crazy, pretty fucking wild, and it's gonna make you never want to trust a man again. I really love this movie. I don't know why people hated on it so much. I thought it was actually kind of brilliant. It was really interesting. I loved finding out the mystery of what was happening. The acting is top notch. Florence Pugh, that's the best actress right there. That's her. That's her. And Harry Styles is actually not bad. Besides a few funny line deliveries and faces he makes, he's not bad in this movie. He's actually good. I really enjoyed him. This is just a great suspense drama movie that I really think the drama really ruined it for people, but luckily I didn't care and I got to enjoy a pretty great movie. So yeah, if you didn't enjoy it the first time, I highly suggest trying it again with like more of an open mind, because it really is that good. And when you watch it on your second time, you really notice a lot of stuff, which is pretty cool. Number 7 is probably one of the more recent movies I saw. Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery. I love the first Knives Out. I may like this one a little bit more, I gotta be honest. This one is just really good. It really pushes the murder mystery genre to its limit here. Like, it is really good. All the acting is top notch. Daniel Craig and Janelle Monáe and Edward Norton, I think, are the top 3 stars. I thought they absolutely killed it. It blows my mind that that voice comes out of Daniel Craig. I'm so used to him being James Bond. It just blows my mind that he can talk like this. It really just blew my mind. But yeah, I actually think I might like this one a little bit better. It was really, really fun, and there's just surprise after surprise, twist after twist. So many things. Basically, I didn't even describe the premise of this movie, so let me get into that. A very rich man who's basically Elon Musk, Edward Norton, invites all his friends and Benoit Blanc, the greatest detective in the world, to his murder mystery dinner party. And then, obviously, a murder happens, and they're trying to find out who did it. Problem is, everyone has their own motive. Everyone has a motive for why they did this murder. Everybody. So they really got to piece together, look for clues and stuff like that. And there's lots of surprises that you're never going to see coming. I'm excited to rewatch this again because I would like to see like all the details maybe I missed the first time. To see after the mystery revealed. See all the little pieces. But yeah, Rian Johnson is a great writer for murder mysteries. I can't wait for a third one. Hopefully he does a third one. I think they'd be dumb not to. This is like, I believe, one of Netflix's highest movies. So they'd be dumb not to. But yeah, Glass Onion, awesome. At number 6, this, in my opinion, is the best horror movie of the year. Barbarian. Wow, this is a great movie. I did not expect this movie to slap as hard as it did. It basically, this man and a woman, they go to an Airbnb where they both are there by mistake. One of them is supposed to be there a certain day, one of them is supposed to be there another day, but they both have to stay there, and they discover a basement which is filled with the most unusual shit imaginable. And then there's another character who comes in, and they're thrown in this weird fucking wacky basement adventure, and it's gonna make you never want to stay at an Airbnb again. Thankfully, I never have, so I don't have to worry about it. But yeah, this was a really damn good horror movie. It was fucking terrifying. It had like a message too about like sexual abuse, which I didn't really notice at first, but when I started to think about it after I watched it, I was like, wow, that really is more common than we think. And the characters are all interesting, and it subverts like the common horror tropes, especially at the end, which I really love, but I'm not gonna say it. You gotta see it for yourself. And one of the great things about this movie is that, you know, in horror movies, when they try to convince you that a character is really smart, but they make the dumbest fucking decisions ever made. Like, there's a running car right there, but they'll hide in a shed or something, like that one commercial. In this movie, one of the characters is an extremely narcissistic douchebag who is fucking stupid. And every decision he makes is really fucking dumb. Like, a little bit of context, he has like a rape scandal going on right now. And his first decision is to get out of the state to make money. Because he has no money to pay for lawyers, because he's a fucking idiot who wastes all his money. And every decision he makes feels earned, like, and he makes a lot of dumb choices. So every stupid thing he does feels earned, as opposed to other horror movies where all the smart characters make dumb decisions. And this one, those don't feel earned. This one does feel earned. You're like, okay, that makes sense for the character. He would make a really fucking dumb choice like that. And it's really well done. It's really, really well done. I'm not going to say what it is, but there's a thing in here that is fucking scary looking. Barbarian, the best horror movie of this year, in my opinion. At number 5 is The Northman. I just watched this like 2 days ago. Wow, I wish I experienced this in theaters. It was really fucking good. It was badass. a badass revenge story. This kid watches his father get murdered by his brother, and he goes on this lifelong journey to get revenge. And there are twists about the guy he's trying to kill, his mother. There's a bunch of crazy shit in this movie. You gotta watch this one. It is really fucking good. The fights are brutal and barbaric. That's like the best way I can describe it. Just big, muscular husk of men just swinging axe and hammers at each other, just smashing their faces in. It is really fucking cool. This is the same guy who directed The Lighthouse. And I don't think this one is very far from The Lighthouse. I really love this fucking movie. It was bad fucking ass. And the fact that it uses Norse mythology, which is really cool. Like, there's a scene with, like, Odin in here. And it was really cool. But yeah, the Northman made me more manlier than I can ever dream to be. At number 4, I have to include a Marvel movie in here. And it's the best one. It's Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Now, this one may be a little bit higher for most people. But for me, this one kind of hit a little home for me. Because this movie really just deals with how to deal with unexpected loss. And this is something I had to deal with for like the whole year. I lost people very unexpectedly this year, so it really did hit home for me. I felt what a lot of the characters went through with T'Challa. This movie is about, with T'Challa's passing, a bunch of enemies are coming to attack Wakanda now that the Black Panther has long gone. He's passed. And then there's a new enemy named Namor, who is fucking badass. I love that villain. Who is trying to start a war with Wakanda for the purpose of protecting his land, Talokan. And it's a really emotional movie. The actors... What's brilliant to me is that all of the main characters are the side characters from the first Black Panther, so they really had to step up. And I think they all did. I think my favorite was Shuri and Queen Ramonda. I think they were excellent, and of course Namor was awesome as well. I just love this movie. I actually loved it more than the first one, which is surprising. Like it could be because it just really hit home for me, so I really felt all the emotions. Maybe I'll feel differently if I watch it again, but at the time, it just really hit me hard. But yeah, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever should really be the standard going forward for Marvel. You gotta be this, or don't even try. Be this, or don't even try. That's it. This is the standard now. But what a fucking great movie. Even the humor is probably one of the best it's been in recent memory, too. At number 3 is Everything Everywhere All at Once. I won't even say nothing about this movie. If you've seen it, you get it. Just go watch it and expect to see some crazy fucking shit. It really lives up to the name. It's every genre. They go everywhere. They go from a fucking Benihana's to a world where they have wiener fingers. There's a fucking samurai battle, and it happens all at the same time across many universes. This movie is basically about this family going through the multiverse. And it's fucking crazy. There's karate fights in there. There's a guy trying to shove a black dildo up his ass. It's a really wild movie. I know I'm making it sound like it's crazier. It is. It does make sense. It's not just happening for no reason. But yeah. Go watch this fucking movie. It's crazy. And the ending kind of made me tear up a little bit. The ending had some of like the hardest lines I've ever heard. Like, they really hit you hard. At number 2, perhaps one of my favorite theater experiences of all time. This movie was hyped up to a hype I did not believe it could meet, but then I watched it, I was like, I get it. And I have no nostalgia for the first movie at all. I'm of course talking about Top Gun Maverick. The best action movie this year without a doubt. Holy fucking hell. The jet scene, the action scenes alone put it at this spot. The jet scenes are unreal. I wish Star Wars had scenes like this movie. And it's amazing because when I researched a little bit about this movie, and they use real jets for this shit. This ain't no CGI. They put jets up there, and what's amazing is that if the weather was off, they lost the fucking shoot. They couldn't film it. Or if Tom Cruise's hair was off or his makeup was off, that whole scene useless. So they had to go through so much trouble to make this movie, and I'm glad it did. One of the most badass experiences I've ever had in a movie theater. And it's not even just the action. The characters are fucking great. Tom Cruise is awesome. Miles Teller is awesome. I love like the father-son, the surrogate father relationship between them. The mission is tense and fucking gripping. And you just want to see these guys beat it because it's built up as like this impossible mission that they just cannot beat. They cannot do it. And two of the parts that were really fucking badass was when Tom Cruise's character Maverick was doing the impossible flight after they just got told it's not possible, we can't do it. And Tom Cruise just does it like that, and you're like, oh my god, is he gonna do it? Holy shit. And the final fight scene is fucking unbelievably good. Holy shit. It really feels like anyone can die in that part. Oh my god. What a fucking great movie. Man. This movie is just unfair. It just puts a lot of other movies to shame. Like, it's incredible. Man, this like... I get the hype. I know why it made $1 billion. It really deserves it. This movie's fucking awesome. And at number 1, it hasn't been anywhere on here, so I'm sure you can guess what it is. It's the Batman. I already made a whole video about this, and I kind of share a lot of the same thoughts I did in that video as soon as it came out, and a lot of my thoughts really haven't changed at all. Just my love has just grown for this movie even more. And I'll admit, I'm kind of biased because this is kind of everything I ever wanted in a Batman movie. A fucking hard-hitting noir detective story with Batman that isn't like a middle ground between realism and like comic booky. Whereas like it's almost as real as like the Dark Knight movies, but I could possibly see fucking Clayface and Killer Croc in these movies in the sequels. Which is really nice because I really want them to do villains like that good in live action. And Matt Reeves has an incredible vision for his Gotham. I would never want to live in that shithole of a place, but man, is it cool to fucking look at and just get a good sense of that environment. I was just so impressed by what they did with this movie. All the cast kills it. Robert Pattinson as Batman is my definitive live action Batman. Even reading some Batman comics, I hear his voice sometimes, which is rare for me because all I hear is Kevin Conroy. Rest in peace. That is the true Batman right there. But I've been hearing some maybe because I've watched this movie like 5 times now. I've been hearing his voice, which is real crazy to me. All right, that never happens. I always hear Kevin Conroy, so that just shows you how good of a Batman he is. He is able to change what Batman voice I hear in my head, and he is awesome. I can't wait to see how his Batman evolves in the sequels because they'd be stupid not to do fucking sequels. But yeah, the Batman was fucking awesome. Long, but he gives me a long time to live in that world and see this awesome Batman. What's most impressive about this is you'd expect there to be a lot of fight scenes, and there are quite a few, and they're fucking awesome. But what they were able to capture is the detective crime solving is just as gripping as the fight scenes, which I felt really no other Batman movie has been able to do. None. Michael Keaton? Definitely no. I'm not even going to talk about the other ones. The Dark Knight? No. Although those fight scenes were pretty good. This one, I was really invested in the mystery around the Riddler, the Waynes, the crime story that they had without spoiling too much. It was fucking great. But yeah, I love the Batman, and it's my movie of 2022. So yeah, guys. Actually, we should check how many movies I saw this year. Let's see. I have my letterbox right here. Yes, I'm one of those. That's my letterbox right there if you want to follow it. I saw around 50 to 60 movies this year. So, and these were the best of the best. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure to like and subscribe and check out my Let's Plays if you're interested. If you enjoy Let's Plays, we got some good Let's Plays here. I just finished God of War Ragnarok, and now we're playing The Walking Dead and Bully, so go check those out. But yeah, guys, thank you guys for watching. Have a happy and prosperous new year, and I'll see you guys later.